We start 5-on-5 with the Bronx Bombers. They've been red hot of late, including another series victory over the weekend in Baltimore. Aaron Judge and the Pinstripers rocked the Orioles. Judge and the return of Luke Voit from the injured list highlighted the weekend and grabs the 5th spot right here on my 5-on-5. Here's Judge after he hit not one, but 2 homers in one game in the series.
Staying aggressive. I think that's the biggest mindset, is staying aggressive in my zone, not trying to expand too much. If they're going to flip an early curveball in there, try to get strike one, try to put a good swing on it, especially, if it's a fastball out over the plate, take a hack at it. And if it's in the zone, just try to do some damage. So I think that's what's kind of helped me out so far.
Voit brought plenty of energy in his return, too. He also collected his first hit back on the diamond.
Yeah, I hit some balls hard in Tampa and, getting back into it. And I've been feeling good. I've been getting into, a lot of pitches every at bat. And, but, going through it too, I've been getting myself in bad counts and, having a battle. And, this is already tough enough. And obviously I'm trying to get my first hit too. But, I just, was feeling good and, knee feels good finally. And, obviously that first game didn't help get hit in the hand. It's been kind of sore, but I feel like I'm back finally, so it feels good. Get out of the way.
Meanwhile, the Amazons were not so amazing this past weekend. They were swept by the Rays in Tampa Bay. Some of it likely could be linked to health. Here's manager Luis Rojas on injuries and losing in Metsville.
No, it's adversity, at its best. Let's call it that. We have some of our best hitters down right now, but there's depth. There's depth. And I always praise the front office for having guys that can come in and play and give a tough at bat, play multiple positions. Like we have Masika inserted in the lineup, and then he hits a homer in the second at bat of the game. So we have guys that can come up and when it's needed. Right now we need it. We're gonna start one of 2 series against our division rivals, the Braves and Marlins respectively, and guys like that, they're ready. They're looking for their opportunity. So if they get it in the next couple of series, and I know they're going to help us win games.
Mets are 4th here on my 5-on-5. 5 stories that you may have missed and 5 stories to look out for going into this weekend. At number 3, Romain Grosjean took home 2nd place in Saturday night's GMR Grand Prix, silencing his own doubts after 10 uncompetitive years in Formula One. Grosjean left Formula One at the end of last year, his time cut short by a horrific, fiery crash at the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Suffering burns to his hands, the Frenchman was not able to compete in the final 2 races of the championship before making his move to IndyCar. This weekend, he scores his first pole since F2 and a 2nd place finish. Absolutely remarkable. Here's more from IndyCar.
We want to go at the front. We want to fight for good position, to drink champagne on the podium and bring a nice trophy home. So I'm very happy. The first 2 races, we had some good pace with few technical issues that kind of slow us down. But generally, I love driving the car. Even at the warm-up this morning, my engineer says, you can pit to do some setup change. I'm like, no, I'm not pitting. I'm just happy to being out there and pushing and learning on the tires. So I'm having a great time. The whole atmosphere between the drivers, we're here with Alex and we're joking and having fun. And it is super competitive on track. But as soon as you remove your helmet, there's like a good friendship between the driver, which you surprisingly don't find anywhere else. And I love that part. And I'm having a blast of a time.
Speaking of remarkable, how about Sabrina Ionescu? The Liberty get off to a 2-0 start over the weekend to grab the 2nd spot on 5-on-5. Sabrina nails a game winner in Friday night's action. We go inside the locker room for more.
That's really what our identity is going to be. Sometimes the ball is going to go in, sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, we have to get down the court, buckle up, play defense, get stops and rebound. And I think we did a great job of that tonight. Obviously, with new players joining and us just getting our team together, I think it's just learning about each other and how we like playing and what works for us. And so I obviously need to do a better job, not overpassing and actually taking those shots, as well as making the open pass and reading the cuts, reading our passes. So I think it's really just getting to know each other a little bit more and know what our strengths and weaknesses are and continue to grow on that.
Ron Bauer left Medina Spirit behind and put horse racing's latest controversy on the back burner over the weekend. Little known, Ron Bauer sprung an 11-1 upset to win the Preakness on Saturday, passing Bob Baffert's Kentucky Derby winner to end a potential Triple Crown bid that would have carried a giant asterisk. Medina Spirit tested positive for steroids following the Kentucky Derby and finished third in the Preakness. The horse will not go on to the Belmont Stakes right here in New York with a Triple Crown on the line and a potential Derby disqualification hanging over the sport. That's good news. There's 5 that you may have missed, and here's 5 to watch out for this weekend. The NBA playoffs will get underway. It's been a long but great season. A new wrinkle, the play-in tournament made the final week of the league's regular season exciting. The Knicks did arguably the unthinkable from the start of the campaign, and that's lock up the 4th seed with a victory Sunday at the world's most famous arena. The Knicks come in at number 2. They draw Atlanta in the first round of the aforementioned NBA playoffs and will have home court advantage to boot. The Brooklyn Nets, meantime, come in at number 3 on 5-on-5. They conclude the regular season in second place, but I thought it was fitting to have them right here at number 3 with their big 3 back in the lineup. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are now healthy, giving the Nets as good a shot as any to win it all. Durant, coming off injury, appears just fine. He dropped 23 points, pulled down 8 rebounds, and dished 13 assists on Sunday. That leaves 2 spots here on 5-on-5. Number 2 goes to F1. After 4 races at circuits that were used in 2020, this weekend we've got our first visit to a venue that has been missing on the calendar since 2019 due to the coronavirus pandemic. It's Monaco. Monaco is one of the most iconic racing venues in the world, and its absence was keenly felt last year as the race had to be canceled. So the drivers are all desperate to get back out on the track and experience the thrill of the streets of Monte Carlo once again. Back here in the States, the month of May brings us plenty of joy in the world of racing, and that includes the Indianapolis 500. We had the precursor this past weekend in IndyCar, and the month will wrap with the series crowning a champion on the holiday weekend. Coming in at number 1 on this list, a little self-promotion here on BronxNet, a lot more self-promotion. We have the longtime voice of the Indy 500, Paul Page, joining us on Open Monday morning. He explains why the Indy 500 means so much to this country and why it's the greatest spectacle in racing.
It's one of the things that needs to be on the basket list for everybody. I mean, you have a 75 to 85, you could have a 200 square inch screen there and you won't capture it. You have to feel the crowd. I mean, at its full capacity, we're talking 350,000 people all in one place. And the Speedway is great at getting them in and getting them out. Their traffic control is better. Now, we're not going to have that much this year because of the COVID, but we're going to have probably 150,000 or so in the stadium. And it is the world's largest stadium as well, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2.5 miles around. So, yeah, if you haven't gone, put it on the list. You really need to see it once. And I'm going to tell you, if you see it once, I'm betting you're going to see it twice.
Don't miss the first part of a 2-parter with the legendary Paul Page this Monday morning on Open. We hit the C-list to sing some Nick praises. I was one of the few that thought the Knicks could amass a win total in the 30s this year, but I never thought they could reach 40 wins. I knew Tibbs would have an impact, but his impact has been larger than I would say all of us could have expected. He deserves the NBA Coach of the Year award, and the Orange and Blue deserve more credit than they have received so far. They appear like they'll be a very tough out this postseason. New York's unexpected rise has carried it all the way to home court advantage in the first round. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett combined for 42 points as the Knicks secured the 4th best record in the Eastern Conference with last Sunday's 96-92 win over the Celtics. The Knicks' win cemented seeds 4 through 6 in the East, setting up a first-round 4-5 matchup between New York and Atlanta. The Hawks are back in the playoffs for the first time since 2017, riding the momentum of a midseason coaching change and the stellar play of Trae Young, Clint Capella, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Expect a great series. This is one the Knicks could win, one the Knicks should win. Congrats to them on a great season so far. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C.